guys, welcome back to Triple SRC. So this is going to be the assembly video of my F4U Flightline Corsair from Motion RC. I had videos saved that I recorded of me assembling it, but it did not save on my camera for some reason, so we are going to do a walkthrough of everything I've done to the Corsair. So as you can see, it's got the big prop on it. It's a huge prop and it looks so realistic. And then there's 4 screws for the rudder, and then 4 screws for the tail, and then there's 2 screws to connect the wings together, but you gotta make sure you put the spar in the middle of the wing. And then you put the 2 screws and it attaches together. And then there's 4 screws that will go into the fuselage to connect the wing to the fuselage. And that's it. It was real simple. If you give me just a second, I will get a different angle of the camera and I'll show you everything I've done to it. So stay right there. Alright guys, so here we go. I didn't do any decals on it yet because, as I said on the unboxing video, I'm going to be doing a new paint scheme on it. I ordered my graphics from Cali Graphics, so they should be here sometime this week. So you got the 2 screws that go into the rudder, or 4 screws, 2 on this side, 2 on the other side. You want to make sure you don't use the other screws for the rudder because these are the countersink ones. You want to make sure that you use those on the rudder. And then you have 4 screws that screw in the elevator, and then you have 2 control rods down here, one on this side and then one on the other side for the rudder, for the elevator. And then you got the retract tail wheel. That's the only thing I'm not a big fan of. I wish there was like retract doors for the tail wheel, but you still have the little hook right here. It stays up there even when the gear comes down, so I'll show you a video after I do my walk around. Get your nice little pilot in there. I might do the modification of making the 3D printed cockpit in it and do a different guy. So let's go in here. So as you can see, I got my servo. Sorry, I'm trying to zoom out here. Oop. I got my receiver, my Admiral receiver with gyro right here. If you're going to use this receiver, it has to be oriented like this. You want the leads facing back, and then you want the antennas to face this way of the fuselage, and then 90 degrees. So I just got them taped up right there. And then your ribbon cables will come through there and connect right there. You got your 2 servos. This servo is for your elevator. That's for your rudder. And then, I did not know this, but the plane came with this mesh for you to put into the plane, so I thought that's really nice. And I decided to use it, and I tested it out, and my battery does not slide once it's strapped in there, so that's great. That's awesome. I'm glad that they thought of that. And the antennas, there's one right here, and then you got one right here. And these don't glue in. You can just pop them on and off, which is great for when you do transportation or storage. Same for back here. Those are the only 2. And I got my wing up here, so only thing you have to do on the wing is it comes with these panels, or the plastic covers. This one will go right here. So there's a carbon rod that goes in the middle here. Let me get this down, I'll show you. So you got to screw up there where my thumb is, and then you got to screw right there, and then that's what attaches your two wings together. And then you just use the 4 screws to connect the wing to the fuselage. But when you put your wings together, make sure you put your ribbon cables on first, because it was hard to put those on when you have the wings attached together. So just make sure you always put your ribbon cables on first. Ask me how I know, because I did it. Alright guys, I'm going to switch positions on the camera and show you it all put together and all the functions on it. Alright guys, so we're going to put the wing on, show you how that goes on, and show you how everything works out. So we flip this over. So I already left my screws into the fuselage, so that way I didn't lose them. I hope I didn't lose that one. Get my screwdriver here. Swing. So all you gotta do is fish your leads through here. I'm gonna pop this cover off. Just pull right here. Just not so hard, and it will fit right on there. You take your 4 screws and you're going to put them in those 4 locations to attach it. And don't go too tight with it, because you want to make sure you don't like dig into the foam or cross thread anything. I just do snug tight. And then of course you're going to want to turn your radio on and power up the plane when you put the control rods onto your servos. Sorry if you hear my dog, she sees something outside. And then on that control box, you want to just hook up those ribbon cables to it and then power up the airplane. So that's what I'm going to do now. I'll show you. Alright, get my radio. And then on this plane I'm using the Spectrum NX8. That's what I'm using on all my planes now. Oh, so on this prop, you have 2 screws for each blade, and then 1 small screw for the nose hub. The instructions are pretty good in the book, so I just didn't change anything. Just make sure you put the washers on, and the shorter screws will go on the outside here, and then where there's a little bit more of a depth in the prop hub is the longer bolt where that goes. And then there's like a little prop nut that you screw on to attach the prop, and then you'll screw on this little nose piece with a smaller screw. It was very easy to do. Alright, let's power up the airplane. Once again, using the Admiral 5100 carbon. There you are, guys. So, I got my gyro on this switch right here.
Gyro initialized. Gyro.
Flaps are on this switch.
Takeoff flaps.
And I set like a 4-second delay so that way it comes down like the real one.
Landing flaps. Flaps up.
I gotta change my elevator direction. Oh, I gotta change my rotor direction too. Sorry, guys. Alright guys, I'm going to reposition the camera for you to have a better view of it, so I'll be right back with it. Alright guys, here it is. Those lights are bright. Here, let me turn off my light and you can see it. And then the landing gear light, I only had one on the Corsair.
Gear down. Gear up.
It's pretty cool. I'll flip it over, that way you can see it. I can zoom in a little bit. There you guys can see the gear. Alright.
Gear down.
These, I love these tires. It's like a foam rubber type of tire on them. And then the suspension is really, really good. So this would be good for, grass takeoffs and landings, or you just go on the pavement. And then, let me see if I can zoom out a little bit. Oop, zooming in. And then the tail wheel back there, you see it. And then here are the flaps.
Take off flaps. Landing flaps.
And you see it's got that split slot right here. Zoom in. And it's got that split slot right here. And
Flaps up.
this thing is bad to the bone. I am so excited about it. Put my gear back up.
Gear up.
Yeah, it takes a little delay. It's a little bit of a delay on the gear, so don't worry, freak out about it. And then my CG, bring it over. There's a little line right here on the wing panel. I go a little bit up forward on it, and I have my battery all the way up to the nose, and the CG is pretty much dead on. Oops, sorry. That's the thing about the Corsair wing, it's really weird. There we go. I may have to add a little bit of nose weight to it. It's a big plane. It's hard to maneuver in this small spare bedroom of mine. That way now you can see a better view of the flaps.
Take off flaps. Landing flaps.
That's so cool. I love the Corsair.
Flaps up.
Well guys, I hope you enjoyed that overview of my assembly video on my F4U Flightline Corsair from Motion RC. Stay tuned to my channel still. We're going to be doing the maiden flight on this. And then we will be also doing a remaiden flight on my PT-17 Stearman. And then we'll also be taking out my ME-262. And then another video we will be flying the B-25. So, but before I do any maiden on this plane, we're going to be doing the repaint video and weathering of this beautiful Corsair. So stay tuned for next time on Triple Ace RC, and be safe out there. Bye now.